Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at something pretty cool. Or it comes at least in a cool box. So what are we going to get is something that we have maybe seen before. Yeah, so in China they sell all kinds of game systems, but this is one of those game systems that we're thinking, yeah, so what do I need to think of it? Like, they don't give a lot of, let's say, description with the selling page, but when you're opening it up, you can see that it's absolutely something of a Pi-based product. Alright, so we do have like the on and off switch that is implemented in the power switch. It's pretty damn cool that they give you this option. So then here we do have like the housing. The housing is something we did see before, only in different kind of versions. So here you can see like it's absolutely familiar. It's not your typical Raspberry Pi. It's always like an old, let's say, piece of tech they grab from the shelf, because that is basically what they're doing. The shame is that we do get like the cheap controllers with the horrible buttons, the chemical smell, and oh man, even this, look at this, how bad this is. So they don't even have the like really nice looking, let's say, rubberized joystick. Everything is cheap. Also here we do get like this weird plastic damage. Like, these controllers are absolutely garbage. Comes with an HDMI cable and this weird looking USB to barrel jack. Oh, even give me like a card reader, so it's always very convenient if you want to add your games. Because that is a possibility with these things. You can just add games, not fairly easy. You need to have some knowledge about the Pi, how to do this. But maybe we can make a video about it later. For now, let's take a close look at this device, what it can do. Itself is just an orange Pi. Yeah, and this is what they are doing for a very long time now. But this time they're going to give you this nice, let's say, transparent red, transparent color acrylic casing. It has an orange Pi inside, and an orange Pi is not a Raspberry Pi by far. And this means we can play some old school games, but not all of them. Okay, so let's do a quick teardown, and I was going to talk about the specs, what kind of specs that we're going to get, and what can we play with this, because it's not a powerful Raspberry Pi, so don't expect it's going to run PSP or Dreamcast. I do like it that they have an active fan, because some of these devices don't even have those. Over the most interesting specs in my opinion. The CPU is an H3 quad-core Cortex A7 that is running on 1.6 GHz. The CPU is a Mali 400 MP2 GPU that runs on 600 MHz. It has 1 GB or memory, and this is DDR3 that is shared with the GPU. On board we also have an 8 GB eMMC flash. Then of course we have connectivity like Ethernet, and so far I know it also has a possibility for a Wi-Fi antenna, but it's of course not with this version. The casing itself looks quite nice, but it is super easy to basically do a disassembly. It's just removing 4 screws and all the side parts come loose already. So the casing, as you can see, we're having here a cooling element, and yeah, it's very tiny. And it will be enough for cooling the chip, but I'm not very happy with it in general. It's time to boot up the Orange Pi, and I'm going to tell you already, with the Retro Orange Pi, it's a great piece of software. But with the combination of the hardware, we're going to see some limitations compared with the Pi 4. It's basically the same stuff what you're going to get when you're building this device yourself, like with the Raspberry Pi number 4 nowadays. So it has support like 8-bit, 16-bit stuff, Nintendo 64, MAME, Neo Geo, the Pocket Systems, PC Engine and PlayStation Portable PlayStation. But still with these Orange Pi devices, what I did know that it has less power than the Raspberry Pi 4. So the question remains, what can we play with it? So that's what we're going to try out. And there was another thing that's quite interesting. When you're pressing start, you can go back to the desktop mode. But you can build this system yourself, of course. But okay, let's take a close look at how powerful it is and how good will the games run on this Gamebox 7S 128G. But with N64 you can just hear and see the noticeable slowdown, so this is just basically, in my opinion, unplayable. So N64 was not running that well, and with PlayStation 1 you can see when Bloody Roar 2 it struggles getting the 60 stable FPS all the freaking time. You can see, but also especially can hear it, that we're going to get some really big frame drops. Alright, so a quick look at some MAME, but MAME will not run that bad. Two-dimensional stuff like 8-bit, 16-bit stuff, it's not a problem whatsoever.
2, 1, go! Looks like you got a good start. Can you keep your lead? 3 laps to go. Ah, yeah!
But PSP is the same story. This game seems to be running good enough. I did see a lot of glitching, especially when you're going to do turbo or the nitro mode. You can see a lot of glitching out on the display. Nevertheless, it's not perfect, but this game is playable. But in the end, when you're looking at this product, it's absolutely weird, but also like, yeah, it's cool in some ways. We can play a lot of games, but when you're looking at the overall picture, we're not going to get a great performance. There are way better options out there nowadays, but maybe the same kind of money that you're paying for it, because they're selling this like a kit, and I mean like you get the self to buy, the cheap crappy controls you really don't want to have, and of course it comes including an SD card, so you're ready to go. But is this the ultimate solution? I think not. But thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit that little bell, and it will be great to see you in the next video.